Okay, so to draw the anterior triangles of the neck, you're going to start with a line drawing down an angle like that, representing your anterior border of your sternocleidomastoid. Then draw a line extending upward about 2/3 of the way, representing the anterior midline of the neck. And then complete your triangle by drawing it back. And that last line is going to represent the posterior belly of the digastric, also the stylohyoid, which runs with it. Now you need to draw your second triangle, and what you're going to do is you're going to start at your original starting point and draw over the line that you just drew and extend it, keep going, and then once you get to just a little bit past it, you're going to draw another line going up forward and then backwards, right there. Perfect. And then you're going to draw a line from here to the middle point right there. We'll close that. And then from that middle point, which is your attachment at the hyoid bone, you're going to draw a line down, and that's going to represent your omohyoid belly. It's going to be the superior belly of your omohyoid. Alright, so now you have 4 different triangles. The first one we will label right here, and that will be your submandibular. Second will be your submental, and so this is going to be right under the chin, closer to the anterior portion, and you can wonder, like, why is that the anterior midline? And it's because your chin sticks out further than your neck. So if you tilt your chin upwards, then the anterior midline is still going to extend out past the neck anterior midline. So I can actually show you how this is the skin of the anterior midline and how it transitions just like it does. Okay, so your third triangle that we've drawn is going to be your carotid triangle. That's going to house your common carotids, your internal and external, the start of those arteries, and then also it'll house some external carotid branches, and then it'll do cranial nerves 10, 11, and 12, the ansus cervicalis, and then your internal and external laryngeal nerves, which are from the vagus, and lastly, your deep cervical lymph nodes. And then your fourth triangle that we've drawn right here is going to be the muscular triangle. And the muscular triangle is going to house both your sternohyoid and sternothyroid muscles, and then also have the viscera of the neck, so your thyroid and parathyroid glands, your larynx, and your trachea. And back to the submandibular triangle up top, you have several different things, both your submandibular lymph nodes and glands, the superficial parts, and in addition to that you have your facial vessels, the mylohyoid nerve and vessels, and the hypoglossal nerve, cranial nerve 12. So you know that cranial nerve 12 is in both the submandibular and the carotid triangles. And then that second triangle we drew, the submental, has both submental lymph nodes and then small veins that join to form the anterior jugular veins. And so let's just run over the borders real quick that we drew. So this border back here, where I just drew that white dot, is the anterior border of the sternocleidomastoid. Here, this line right there, is going to be the superior belly of the omohyoid muscle. Here is the anterior midline of the neck. Here, the anterior midline of just under the chin, if you tilt your head backwards and extend the chin like that. This line right here is going to be the anterior belly of the digastric muscle, which is innervated by the nerve to the mylohyoid, just because it runs right under the mylohyoid, which is the floor of the mouth. This line right there is going to be the inferior border of your mandible, so that's the bone that runs right along the chin line. And then here, as previously stated, going to extend all the way from here to here is going to be your posterior belly of your digastric, which is different from the anterior belly because it's going to be innervated by the facial nerve. And then it runs also with the stylohyoid muscle, which is also innervated by the facial nerve. And so those are form your boundaries, and good luck.